Hello, you're welcome to Africa's most exciting football show on television, Football Planet. This is Africanews, your Pan-African network of choice. It's been a rather few sad days for African football as we lost two of the continent's most celebrated coaches. You should by now know of the passing of Stephen Keshi and Shaibu Amadou. We have some news on that as well as some transfer business of the day. The Euros are here. We will take you back and forth on that. All these and more coming up in the next few minutes on Football Planet. The Nigerian football-loving community and that of Africa's as well continue to mourn the passing of former Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi. Wednesday is exactly a week after he passed on to eternity. Joining us via Skype to pay tribute to Keshi is ex-Zambian great Kalusha Bwalya, who played alongside Keshi in the 1994 AFCON final when they lost to Nigeria 1-2. Thanks, King Kalu, for joining us. What are your founders' memories of Stephen Keshi?
No, I think that, like I said, Stephen Keshi was my friend. You know, a lot of things have been said about Stephen Keshi. I played against Keshi many times in Belgium, and he was one of the toughest defenders you come across. He was a leader because, I mean, when you think about him marshalling a defense in Europe, he's the only black guy in the line of defense, and everybody on the right and on the left, he has to ask them to move and come back. So he has to communicate, and he was a fantastic player. He was good in the air, very good in the air, good right foot, good left foot, very quick. Didn't need too many fouls because you see most of the people when they're good built, and then they use all their force to defend. But Keshi was not like that. Keshi will get the ball, and then pass the ball and move out, and he will just stop you in your tracks, And this is, for me, is a modern defender. I think that he was ahead of his time as a defender because, I never seen him get, roughed up, and I'm saying, in those days I was also quick, I was quick, but but Keshi, it would be an interesting duo when we meet. So I had great respect for Stephen Keshi.
But what made Stephen Keshi special?
I think that his humility, his nature. He's a big guy, big man with a big heart. In my opinion, you felt like you were his brother. Every time I was in his presence, you start to talk and you feel there's somebody you can, in your confidence, take him in your confidence, tell him things that are personal, things that that's how Keshi was. Everything was brotherly. It was such a cordial guy, such a happy guy. A wonderful laugh. Happy laugh, happy guy.
How well will he be remembered for as a coach or as a player?
I think that he will be remembered as a son of Nigeria and as a man who has won the Africa Cup. The only two people in Africa in the history of taking their team who have played for their team, captained their team, and been taken their team to the World Cup, and Keshi is one of them. And also he has taken Nigeria to the World Cup, and also he took Togo to the World Cup. So two African teams to go to the World Cup. I think most of the people are comfortable talking about Stephen Keshi as a football coach.
Thanks for your time, Kalusha. Africa is getting some attention of football's biggest purse holders. One person who has leaped early is Ivory Coast Eric Bailly, who got signed by Manchester United. The former Villarreal player is the fifth African player to have played for Manchester United after Quinton Fortune, Eric Jemba, Manucho and also Biram Diouf. He has been talking.
Oui, vraiment, c'est quelque chose de très spécial.
It's a really special moment for me. I've always dreamt of playing in English football. When Manchester United was mentioned, I did not have to think twice. It's a dream come true. I'm really happy I'm in Manchester. As you say, it did take a while to come to fruition, but now the contractual stuff is sorted out, so I'm really happy.
Le contrat soit solutionné et vraiment c'est une grande joie pour moi.
We are ready now to talk to Ivorian journalist and African football expert Mamadou Gay on Eric Bailly. And Mamadou, thanks for joining us. Do you think Bailly can have the needed impact, and what does it mean for African players to get an opportunity like this?
I mean, for African players to get such an opportunity to play for one of the biggest and the richest club in the world, Manchester United, it's a dream come true. I think for the young Ivorian central defender, is 22 years old. I think that for him to find himself signing for Manchester United, it's because of the special one, Mourinho, who really believes in African player. Everybody remember his good relationship with Didier Drogba at Chelsea, with Michael Essien, only those two. Mourinho always have a good eye for African players. For most Ivorian here, they wish him well, and they are very proud to have one of the elephants today playing for Manchester United.
Right, shortly, another African player rumored to be making a move is Aubameyang to Manchester City. Certainly a good move if it happens. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent move, and even Aubameyang, the African Player of the Year, even though Yaya Toure and Andre Ayew were not quite happy about it, he really proved his worth, and he was even nominated the best player in the Bundesliga. That shows that Aubameyang today is the most deadliest striker Africa has produced, and I think that for Pep Guardiola taking over at Manchester City, for him to have the best striker in the Bundesliga in his team will be a plus. Already Pep Guardiola has signed a player from Dortmund, and for him to have a second player from Dortmund will be just a plus.
So thanks for speaking to us here on Football Planet. The Euros officially kicked off days ago, and the goals are flowing in. We are going live to speak to some fans on their thoughts about the games played so far. So joining me from Ghana and also from Kenya is Samuel and also Fifi Anaman to share their thoughts about the tournament so far. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining me. Let me start with you, Samuel. What are your general impression of the tournament so far?
This year's Euro 2016, it's a very tight context. It's about domination in the European continent, and clearly, as you can see, everybody is struggling to have a say in the tournament. And if even the scoreline, you can clearly see that there is no team that is scoring more than 2 goals. It's about 1-0, 2-0, or a draw. And therefore, you can clearly see that it's a tight game, it's a tight contest. It's going to be a wonderful tournament, and but at the end of the day, I'm still rooting for Germany to win the tournament.
Fifi, are you happy with the standard of play exhibited so far?
Well, I think that there's been an interesting part, though, hasn't there? I mean, we've had a lot of the games having 2 little goals, and we've had just 13 goals in 7 games. That's just over a goal per game. That hasn't been that impressive. But if you zoom on the games, you realize that they haven't been as boring as the statistics suggest, because there's been a lot of exciting football, especially in the first game between France and Romania. It was good to see the French opening with a win.
Thanks, gentlemen, for speaking to me here on Football Planet. And thanks for sticking with us here on Football Planet. Glad you made time to watch us here so you can watch all our repeats broadcast on Tuesday. From the team here at Africanews, we say thanks for watching.